What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement, and we're back here in the basement. Before we get to this amazing grand final, subscribe, bell notice, hit the like button, drop your comments down below on this amazing game. This is one of the greatest grand finals. I haven't seen them all, but I saw a lot of them during the offseason coming into this season. I've seen a lot of them. Thanks to you guys always bigging up what ones to watch. So I've seen ones way back from the 80s and so on. But today, the 80s, the 90s, VFL, AFL, right on through. The 2018 Grand Final was the last one I watched. That was another great one. This here has to go down as one of the greatest Grand Finals in the history of the game. 20 years in the making. The Pies have been looking for revenge on the Lions. 20 years. They lost in 02 and 03, both back-to-back to the Lions. That was when the Lions went on a three grand final winning streak before they finally lost in the fourth grand final in a row. And the Lions beat down Collingwood twice this season. So before we get started on what happened with the Lions and what went wrong, congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Look, y'all did it. Y'all did it. Much respect. Y'all did it. You guys know Brisbane is my number one team. My American, Mason Cox, my American brother, had to go for him. I always pulled for him, but overall I'm going for the Lions. But I'm saying I had to go for him all season. People are like, how could you be a Collingwood fan? I'm a Mason Cox fan. Hell of a story from Texas. Listen, big ups to the Collingwood faithful. I know you guys got a great fan base. Great fan base. You're passionate. You're into your team. I'm a New York Yankees fan. They love or they hate us. They love or they hate the New York Yankees, so I get it. Guys, I respect your fandom. I know you guys are thrilled. I know you guys are going insane at the game, and I get it. Your team won. Your team pulled it out. Congratulations to the Collingwood Magpies. I know a lot of people love that, and a lot of people hate that, but listen, much respect from me. Much respect. This is my first footy season, and I'll tell you, I have two teams in every league that I watch. Every league. So kind of like Mason Cox, I'm a LeBron fan. So my number one team is the New York Knicks and any team LeBron James plays for. Mason Cox plays for Collingwood, so I will go for him on that team, but not in this grand final. I went with the Lions. You see where I'm at. You see where I'm at here, guys. But I don't hate Collingwood. I respect it. And I respect their history, and I respect their game. Fandom, you guys, big ups to you guys, man. Congratulations. Enjoy this one. Now, getting to the game. Oh, this stung. I watched it, guys. I know a lot of you asked me if I would go live doing it. Guys, you got to remember, man, the game starts for me at like 1, 2 in the morning. I can't go live on here screaming and yelling and do what I normally do. Thank you guys, though, for looking out and asking me if I would do it. It was in the middle of the afternoon here, no problem. So I watched the game way after it was over. I didn't look at my phone. I didn't look at the computer. I didn't want to know who won. So I watched the game, and I see both teams came out strong. They came out hard. The Pies came out like nobody's business. They went up 12-0 right away and lived in the forward 50. They lived in the forward 50 in the Lions' end. They were trying to control that right off the bat, and big thing is they shut Charlie Cameron down in that first quarter. He didn't even touch the ball. That's where the Pies, their defense came in strong, and they took out their number one guys. By the way, big shout out to Will Ashcroft and Lachie Neal. Lachie Neal, Brownlow medalist. I think he was like the 4th or 5th candidate that was expected to win that. That was a shocker. He was a great player. Amazing player for the Lions, so shout out to him. And Will Ashcroft, goal of the year. We all knew that way back. When he got that goal, we knew he was going to get goal of the year. We all knew that. We all said it at the time. Even haters, there's really a lot of Lions haters I've noticed. Not a lot of Lions haters out there. So a lot of people when that goal happened said it would be hard to beat. So anyway, big shout out to those guys, and over 100,000 at this game, by the way, over 100,000. Now getting back to the Pies defense, their strategy was incredible. They were swarming. They were everywhere, and they took out the number one threat on the Lions, which is Charlie Cameron. The Blues did the same thing last week. Charlie Cameron didn't even touch the ball in the first quarter last week either against the Blues. He didn't touch it until halfway through the second quarter. So big shout out to the Pies in that first quarter. In the second quarter, Cameron showed up, and he showed up strong. Got that quick goal right off the bat. Got an assist. Cameron assisted McCluggage in his goal. You guys know I take my notes, because when things are happening, I just got to write it down and keep writing it down. But who better than Charlie Cameron to take out from the Lions. So big shout out to the Pies for doing that, man. This guy only had 3 goals in the game, and I think he only had 7 disposals. He only had 2 goals in the second quarter and 1 in the fourth, and that's it. He wasn't around for the first and third quarter. Didn't see him. Well, you know what? A lot of people weren't around for the third quarter. I'm going to get to that fourth quarter in a minute. That's really what I want to touch on because there was a lot of things the Lions really could have, shoulda, woulda had this game. But we're going to get to that. Another shout out to Zach Bailey. Johnny on the spot, anybody? Did you see that smother he had on Mason Cox? Wow! I don't think Cox even knew that he was right next to him. What a smother. Then he gets the ball back, breaks a tackle, and has a fast kick in that second quarter. Man, Zach Bailey was Johnny on the spot, and later on in the game, he hit McCreary hard. He blasted him, jarred that ball loose, even though he only got a point out of it. He only got a behind. Still in all, Jack Bailey was Johnny on the spot today. Johnny on the spot. That was incredible right there. Bobby Hill. 4 goals in the first half. That hasn't happened in a grand final in 25 years. Big shout out to Bobby Hill. I wonder if that 5th goal, going for that 5th goal, was really getting to him because a couple of the opportunities that he had, he was hitting behinds. Another big shout out to the Pies. Darcy Moore was out for the whole game. Murphy went out for the game. Murphy was out. That's a big loss, and they came together. And they kept the swarm on. They never let the Lions really break away that often. They didn't give them too many breakaways. Cameron on his 1 goal had that breakaway. Once he's out, he is out. So that was another big one right there, man. And they at halftime, it was 63-57 Pies, but the Lions were right there. Third quarter, not too much happened. Not too much happened in that third quarter. A lot of back and forth. It was like 2 behinds in the first 10 minutes of that first quarter. Of that first quarter of the second half. The third quarter, that was insane, man. There was hard fought for the first 2 minutes, no goals, 2 behinds. End of the third quarter was 75-71 Pies. But it went up to 70-68 Lions when they finally scored. There was only 2 goals by either side in that period. Lot of defense. It seemed like neither team wanted to press their luck and go for it all, hit the corridors and just bring everybody and leave nobody in the backfield because something gets past you. It's called a rush in hockey, and you guys know I compare footy to hockey a lot, even though it's 2 different sports completely, but the concept is the same. You do a rush in hockey and bring everybody up, and everybody's crashing the net, basically, crashing the net. You let that puck get past you. One guy gets that puck on the other team, just slips it up past all our team down there. There's like one guy in the back besides the goalie, and you're screwed. Because there'll be like a 3-on-1. There'll be a breakaway, like a 3-on-1, odd man rush. There'll be an odd man rush. That's what it's called, 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Forget it. And I think both teams did not want to let that happen. I noticed that. So there was a lot of defense, a lot of like playing it safe, but not too safe, playing it safe. Let's get to that fourth quarter. Got some issues in the fourth quarter. And by the way, sarcastic shout out to Barry. What's with the 2 50-meter penalties, man? What are you doing? What are you thinking about? Why are you the worst one that he did on Dacos is one thing. The second one on side bottom, why are you hitting him after the mark? Where's your head at that late in the game? Where is your head? What are you thinking about? Where's your head at? That was a horrendous, unnecessary penalty. 50 meters up, side bottom, nailed it. You're going to give it to a veteran, and he nailed it. He nailed it and put the Pies up by 10. Now, you guys want to blame the refs? I don't know why. Again, it's my first year in footy, but I know bad reffing when I see it. How did they get an advantage and not a free kick in that? How did they not get a free kick on that trip? Now, I don't believe in blaming games on the refs. I don't believe in blaming games on the refs. If any of you all seen the Super Bowl, I know a lot of guys over in Australia watch the Super Bowl. The Eagles blame losing to the Chiefs on the refs. I know it should have been a pass interference call at the very end. The cornerback grabbed the Chiefs players, so on and so on. Shouldn't have been I said it should have been. Shouldn't have been pass interference, and they were screaming and crying because it put the Chiefs further down, and the Chiefs ultimately won the game. Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, fumbled away a ball for 6 points earlier in the game, and they allowed a kick return all the way down to their own 4-yard line. So you think Patrick Mahomes and company isn't putting a touchdown in 4 yards away from the end zone? It's not the ref's fault. And the cornerback said that he actually did grab him, and it was pass interference. So my point is, bad call by the ref, It's not the reason we lost. It's not the reason we lost. Didn't help. You know what else didn't help? Danaher, Coleman, Hipwood, miss. Got 3 behinds. 3 points instead of 18 points. 18 points. And I'm talking not during the game. I'm talking in that fourth quarter. In that fourth quarter. 18 potential points became 3. But hey, Johnny, you always talk about those behinds. Yes, every point counts. I know I always say, man, you guys get mad when he miss. I get it. Everybody wants the goal and you don't want the behinds. Look at that. 15-point difference. 18 points. And those are 3 goals that shouldn't have missed. Coleman is a great distributor of the ball. I know he's a defender. Still shouldn't have missed that. Hipwood, where were you this whole game anyway? You had no goals. You had 2 horrendous misses in the game. Horrendous misses. And Danaher, man, what's going on? Those 3 misses in the fourth quarter shouldn't have even came down to that ref. That's your game right there, Lions. That's your game right there. That's where it will happen. You want to blame the refs? Hey, well, Johnny, we still had a chance to win the game. The ref at the end of the game, that shouldn't have been an advantage. It should have been a free kick. Hey, I agree with you all day. There's many factors that happen in a game to where it can't come down to one bad call by the ref. Can't come down to that when you could point out to a million other examples of what happened during the game. And Charlie Cameron, I love him. I mean, come on, man. I got him right here. Charlie Cameron. Nick Dacos. Guys, love my sports, man. Charlie Cameron's a beast. This is a Charlie Cameron Guernsey, man. He's a beast. Didn't really show up against Carlton. Didn't really show up today. Is that due to great defense? Yeah, hell yeah it is. But still, you got to find a way. The great players find a way to get it done. They find a way. So, guys, this was one of the greatest grand finals I have ever seen. Well, of course, it's my first footy season, but you guys know I watch replays thanks to you guys letting me know which ones to watch and which ones to look out for. I cannot wait. This footy season went by so fast. So fast. And I know there's so many people. I can't wait to see the comments. There's so many people that hate that the Pies won. I'm a Brisbane supporter all day long, but I don't, again, big shout out to the Pies. They won fair and square, 90-86. A lot of mistakes in the game. A lot of missed opportunities in the game. Played it safe a little too much. It didn't go for the jugular. Now, that goes for both teams in that second half. Both teams didn't really go for the jugular, either one of them. It's like a boxer. The Pies were like a boxer late in the game. Hey, we can win this by the judges. Just dance around the ring, throw a few jabs, throw a few punches, dance around the ring. They're the ones that got to make the move, not us. I get it. The Lions, you had the moves. You had the chances. Didn't get it done. Now, lastly, and a couple of guys that had pointed this out to me, the very beginning of the year, I predicted that the Lions and Collingwood, those were my 2 teams, and you guys know why. I predicted that they were going to be the top 2 teams in the league, and they were. I should have bet. I'm a New York Jets fan. 4 decades. The one Super Bowl they won, I wasn't alive for. I have never even seen them in a Super Bowl. Win or lose. I've seen them come within 1 game of it 4 times. My first year in footy, the 2 teams that I'm going for, and they both make the grand final. This was tough because if the Pies were playing anybody else, I would have gone for them. The Lions, I'm going for them over anybody. Hockey, I'm a New York Rangers fan, and I'm a Tampa Bay Lightning fan. When they play each other, I don't have any feelings for the Lightning. I go for the Rangers. I'm a New York Jets and New York Giants fan. When they play each other, I go for the Jets. So when this happened here, I go for the Lions all day. Guys, thank you so much for your support this season. Thank you so much for helping me out, guiding me, telling me when I'm right, telling me when I'm wrong, telling me what I missed. This has been a hell of a footy season for me. I cannot wait for next footy season. I cannot wait. The Lions are going to be back. We're going to be back strong. Will Ashcroft, sorry he could not be a part of this year. Sorry he couldn't be a part of this. Wow. What a great young player. What a great team the Lions have. And great coaching job by Chris Fagan, who could have been almost become the second coach all time to never play in a VFL or AFL game. Wow. Wow, man. Big shout out to Chris Fagan. This was a great Lions team this year, and it just goes to show you the regular season does not matter. The Lions beat them twice during the regular season. One of them was a complete blowout. Couldn't even get going this one. Couldn't get enough ahead. Thank you so much, guys. Drop your comments down below. You'll still see me doing stuff. Still see me doing reviews of past games. Let me know great ones to watch because it's going to be a long off season. Let's get into it. Subscribe, bell notice, like button. I'm Johnny Basement, and I am out.